Have you ever wondered why honey never goes bad? Well, it's truly a marvel of nature. It turns out that honey, a product of the tireless work of bees, is practically immortal. In fact, archaeologists have made astounding discoveries in ancient Egyptian tombs, unearthing pots of honey over 3,000 years old that are still perfectly edible today. But how is that possible, you may ask? The secret lies in honey's natural properties. With its low moisture content and acidic pH, honey creates a hostile environment for bacteria and other microorganisms, making it virtually impossible for them to survive. This perfect combination of conditions ensures that honey remains unspoiled, even over millennia. So next time you see a jar of honey, remember, it might just outlive us all. Ever experienced learning something new and then suddenly seeing it everywhere? That's not just a coincidence. It's a psychological phenomenon known as the Baader-Meinhof Phenomenon, also known as the frequency illusion. This curious phenomenon happens when your brain, upon encountering a piece of information for the first time, becomes hyper-aware of it. Suddenly, it feels like you're seeing this information everywhere, in conversations, in books, on TV. Here's what happens. When you learn something new, your brain labels it as important, and this triggers a kind of mental alertness. This newfound awareness prompts your brain to spot the same information in different places, making it seem as though it's appearing more frequently. It's not that the information is actually showing up more, it's just that you're noticing it more. So, don't be surprised if you start noticing these facts more often after today. Can you guess the longest time between the birth of twins? Now, when you think of twins, you probably imagine two adorable babies born just minutes apart. But in the world of medicine, there are always exceptions that will leave you amazed. Enter the remarkable story of the Irish twins, born a staggering 87 days apart. Yes, you heard that right. The first twin was born prematurely at just 23 weeks, and the second decided to make an entrance at full term. This rare occurrence is due to a medical condition called delayed interval delivery. It's where doctors, in a bid to give the second twin more time to develop, halt the labor after the first twin is born prematurely. Both babies made it through against all odds, setting an astounding record in the world of medicine. So next time you think of twins, remember sometimes they may have birthdays almost 3 months apart. Talk about a birthday surprise. Why is the sea blue? Is it reflecting the sky? A common question, but the answer might surprise you. It's a widespread misconception that the sea is blue because it mirrors the sky. But the truth is, the sea's blue color is primarily due to the absorption and scattering of sunlight by water molecules. When sunlight hits the ocean, it's absorbed by the water. But here's the twist. Water absorbs colors in the red part of the light spectrum more quickly than those in the blue part. Therefore, sunlight that penetrates deeper into the sea is predominantly blue. Moreover, the water also scatters light, a process known as Rayleigh scattering. This scattering is more effective at the shorter wavelengths, like blue and green. The end result? Our seas and oceans appearing beautifully blue. So, the next time you're at the beach, you'll know why the ocean is beautifully blue. Can you imagine a color so dark it absorbs almost all light? Welcome to the intriguing world of Vantablack. This isn't just any dark color. It's the darkest substance known to man, and its unique properties are nothing short of mind-blowing. Created from vertically aligned carbon nanotube arrays, Vantablack is engineered to absorb a staggering 99.9% of visible light, making it the closest thing to a black hole we can experience on Earth. When light meets Vantablack, it doesn't bounce back. Instead, it's trapped and converted into heat. This creates an effect so dark that it can make three-dimensional objects appear two-dimensional. But Vantablack isn't just fascinating, it also has practical applications. From improving the performance of cameras and telescopes, to enhancing the aesthetics of luxury goods and art, this super black coating is reshaping how we perceive and interact with color. Vantablack, the color so dark it's like looking into a black hole. Did you know the game of chess has more possible iterations than there are atoms in the observable universe? Yes, you heard it right. Chess, a game steeped in strategy and intellect, boasts of an almost infinite array of games that can be played. With 32 pieces on the board, each with its own rules of movement, the combinations can be mind-boggling. Just to put it into perspective, the estimated number of atoms in the observable universe stands at about 10 to the power of 80, a staggeringly large number. Now the number of possible chess games, that's approximately 10 to the power of 120. That's 40 magnitudes larger. This doesn't mean every game makes sense or leads to a win, but the sheer scale of possibilities is truly awe-inspiring. Makes you look at your chessboard in a whole new light, doesn't it? Why do our fingers wrinkle in water? Now that's a question that has puzzled many of us during long baths or dishwashing sessions. It turns out this isn't some random phenomenon, but rather an evolutionary adaptation designed to help us survive. When our fingers are submerged in water for a prolonged period, something fascinating happens. The outer layer of our skin absorbs water and starts to swell. However, the inner layer remains as it is. This difference in behavior between the two layers causes the skin on our fingers to fold and wrinkle. But why? What's the purpose? Scientists believe this wrinkling effect enhances our grip in wet conditions. The wrinkles on our fingers work in a similar way to the tread on a tire, channeling away the water and giving us a better grip on wet or submerged objects. So the next time you notice your fingers looking like prunes after a long soak, remember, you're not turning into a prune, it's just evolution at work. What do you know about the Great Wall of China? Perhaps you've heard it's a single continuous structure stretching across the landscape like a dragon's spine. But that's not exactly true. The Great Wall is actually a series of walls and fortifications, built and rebuilt over several centuries by different dynasties, each adding their own sections to this monumental feat of human engineering. Constructed mainly to protect against invasions, the Great Wall's purpose evolved over time, serving as a transportation corridor, a boundary marker, and a symbol of national unity and strength. And let's debunk a popular myth while we're at it. Contrary to what many believe, the Great Wall is not visible from space with the naked eye. Yes, under specific conditions, certain sections can be seen from a low Earth orbit, but the notion of spotting it from the moon? That's pure fiction. So no, you can't see the Great Wall of China from the moon. What's the largest desert in the world? You might be picturing vast expanses of burning sand dunes, but the answer might surprise you. It's not the Sahara, it's Antarctica. Yes, you heard it right. While we often envision deserts as scorching sandy landscapes, they're actually defined by their lack of precipitation. With an annual rainfall of just about 2 inches, Antarctica qualifies as a desert, and a huge one at that. It's nearly twice the size of the next largest desert, the Sahara. This icy expanse stretches over nearly 5.5 million square miles and is the coldest, windiest, and driest continent on Earth. It's a stark, frozen wilderness that sees very little snowfall. So, the next time you think of a desert, remember, they're not all just hot and sandy.